far left of the formation as we look tail on is Red 5, squadron leader Martin Higgins. He is the team's executive officer and he rejoined this year, having previously flown from 2005 to 2007. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and F3 pilot who based here at Leuchars, serving with 43 and Treble 1 squadrons. The smoke goes off now as the team form flanker formation. The pilots on the outside have to anticipate their control movements, so they use the cadence in Red 1's voice commands. Smoke comes on now as Jim has called the team into Phoenix formation for an emotional part of this year's routine. When they present Phoenix, Reds 4 and 5 on the outside will smoke red to remember our lost friends and colleagues, Flight Lieutenant John Egging and Flight Lieutenant Sean Cunningham, who were both tragically killed in separate accidents last year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our memorial bend for Eggman and Sean. Continuing with the theme of remembrance, this year has seen the long-awaited unveiling of the memorial to the Royal Air Force and Commonwealth aircrew from Bomber Command who lost their lives during World War II. The memorial in Green Park in London honours the 55,573 young men who, all as volunteers and an average age of only 22, lost their lives for our freedom. So now in Vixen formation with some red, white and blue, this is our own tribute to the personnel of Bomber Command. Up, circle, go, and roll. On the bottom of the formation there with white smoke is one of our first year pilots, that's Red 4, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. McZ was born in the UK but moved to New Zealand at the age of 10 and eventually joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force. He transferred to the Royal Air Force in 2002 and became a Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot. The smoke comes on now as the team form our largest formation chain. The 4 aircraft now drop to the very back of the formation of being Red 7's jet. Just remember they're still flying their references off Red 1's jet at the very front as they present Concorde. The second jet from the right as we look tail on is flown by another of our first year pilots, Red 2 Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. Pert is another former Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot, seeing operational service in Afghanistan before joining the Red Arrows this year. The smoke's back on now as the team reform that shuttle formation that we saw in the first roll at the start of the show. As they roll out to our left 45 degrees, get your cameras ready for a great photo opportunity.
Very well, Max. Okay, go. Correct. Up.
The jets pull up there at 400 miles an hour and 4 times the force of gravity. They now slowed down to about 120 miles an hour and climb to 6,000 feet above us as they reform that one big red arrow.
Now. Holding the bike. Now.
to the left of the leader as we look tail on is the last of our first year pilots, Red 3 Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. Chikey's another former Hawk flying instructor, but more recently he's been flying the Typhoon, which you've seen display here at Royal Air Force Leuchars. His duties on the Typhoon were on quick reaction alert, protecting the airspace of the UK and the Falkland Islands. Out to the right now, the team have formed a diamond with 7 jets. We call this Short Diamond, and this is the Short Diamond Roll.
Go. Forward.
The jet's there, 2,500 feet above us at 400 miles an hour and only 6 feet away from each other. Well, that's the end of the first half of our display, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen close formation flown in a rather dynamic fashion. And we're now going to change the tempo as we show you how the Hawk aircraft can perform. The Hawk's very agile and precise, and we're about to show you why all of us pilots love to fly it. Out to the front now, you'll see the front 5 aircraft are straightening. That's Reds 1 to 5, who we call Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And behind them, the synchro pair. So now as they roll out to start the second half of the display, get your cameras ready as the smoke comes on for the detonator. With us now, Red 6 is on our left and Red 7 is on our right as they perform synchronised derry turns to position back towards us. On the left, Red 6 is synchro leader Flight Lieutenant Ben Plank. Plank is another former Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot, and it's his 3rd year with the Red Arrows. These pilots are now descending to just 100 feet. They're closing at 850 miles an hour to perform the synchro pass.
Threshold.
They're now turning away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. So everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal. These guys are working physically hard to counter the G-forces, and as they roll out back towards us, they fly the Cyclone. Synchro slingshot out to the front. Look to your left, ladies and gentlemen, for the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots perform tight, matched barrel rolls to the outside of the formation in the rollbacks. As Enid finish their very dynamic rollbacks, we need to look directly to the front for the synchro pair. The jets pull up at 500 miles an hour and 6 times the force of gravity. Climbing to over 7,000 feet. It's not hard to guess what this is, ladies and gentlemen. This is Synchro's Heart. On the right there is Red 7. He's Synchro 2, Flight Lieutenant Chris Lyndon Smith. That's why these are former Tornado GR4 pilots with lots of operation experience flying over Iraq. He's also been a Hawk flying instructor at Royal Air Force Valley, and it's his second year with the Red Arrows. So now Red 7 on the right and Red 6 on the left, they're descending back to 100 feet, flying 400 miles an hour each to perform the double rolls. Synchro finish their double rolls. Look to your right, 45 degrees for Enid. They're pulling up in a formation called Big 5. And they're now twisting this loop in a manoeuvre known as a quarter clover.
You like that? Shot. Yeah.
Now.
Get your cameras ready for the good bit, ladies and gentlemen.
You can start half wide.
This is the vertical brake. As Enid finished the vertical brake, look left and right again for the Synchro pair. This time Red 6 is on our right and Red 7 is on our left. Closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in a 360 degree 6G turn in the carousel.
Threshold.